everybody! Welcome back to Storytime! This is Vicki, and I'm here to tell you a story about Peter on a snowy, snowy day. Look how much snow there is today! It just keeps falling and falling. The snow is so deep, it's deeper than my Storytime book. So this is Peter, and this is a book called The Snowy Day, and the author is Ezra Jack Keats. But you know what? That wasn't his real name. His real name was Jacob Ezra Katz. Now that's a name, that's a Jewish name. So in the old days, long before you were born or I was born, some people were discriminated against. Isn't that terrible? So he had to change his name to make it sound less Jewish. He was also Polish. So his parents were Polish and Jewish immigrants, and he lived in a place called Brooklyn in New York City. Well, most of the kids that he knew and lived with or played with, they didn't have the color skin that was in a lot of the books that were written back then. And Ezra was an illustrator. That means he did the art for books. Well, he decided he would make a book with a little boy named Peter, and he has dark skin, just like most of Ezra's friends did in Brooklyn. So today we're going to read his special story, The Snowy Day, which was written in 1962, and it won all kinds of awards, especially the Caldecott Medal, which is a very prestigious award. Those beautiful snowflakes he drew. This was the first book he actually wrote, too. So he's the author and the illustrator. Ezra Jack Keats, The Snowy Day. It's a Viking Press publication. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. It's piled up even higher than Peter is tall. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointed out like this. He walked with his toes pointing in like that. See his little footprints in the snow? Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks. And he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. What do you think it was? Let's turn the page and find out. It was a stick! A stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. What do you think's gonna happen next? Let's see. Down fell the snow. Plop! On top of Peter's head. So he kept walking. See all the tracks he's making, walking in the snow? It's so cool. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight, but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not enough yet. He got hit with a snowball, didn't he? So he made a smiling snowman. And he made angels. I love to make snow angels, do you? And see, if you're too small to do one thing, you'll grow up eventually. You can do different things. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great, big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. Whee! He picked up a handful of snow, and another, and still another. He packed it round and firm, and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. What do you think's going to happen to his snowball? He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. It's warm in the house. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Do you remember all the things he did? What did he do first? Took a walk, made tracks. He almost got into a snowball fight. Then he built a snowman and made snow angels. Oh, and put a snowball in his pocket. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. He's going to sleep. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. These beautiful snowflakes. After breakfast, he called to his friend across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. Isn't that so deep? Can you imagine the snow being that deep? So much taller than they are. The end. So you can think of all the things that you think Peter and his friend did while they were in the snow. I hope you liked my book, The Snowy Day, by Jacob Ezra Katz, even though it says Ezra Jack Keats. Well, I think it's time for me and Olaf to go play in the snow. So we'll just have to see you next time. Bye, everybody.